Hi, in this video we'll be looking at how to separate money between characters in GTA Online. Hi and welcome back, my name's Dan and I'm an old, grumpy gamer. Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online are insanely large and complicated, with literally hundreds of different mechanics and quality of life features. Given the vast quantity of things throughout the game, it's nigh impossible to find and remember them all. So in this series we're taking you through some of the most awesome features in GTA that you probably might not know about. Before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, we do how-to guides, news, and giveaways, so consider subscribing and ringing the bell to stay up to date. Now, Rockstar, in their infinite wisdom, have decided to share money in your maze bank across the entire account. And we can have a look here by just going to the internet, and you can see up the top right there that 3.5 million is shared between the two characters. Now, this is fantastic if you have a main and a second and you want to use your daily objectives to bolster your bank account. But what if you use both characters a lot? Or you've got a brand new character and you want to keep their money separate? Well, it turns out there's a workaround to the maze bank problem. Now, it isn't without risk. You will be cashing out of the bank, and that means that you'll have more than $5,000 cash in hand, which leaves you open to muggings and potentially losing up to $10,000 per incident. But we can minimize that risk pretty easily too. So let's start by finding a safe spot to spawn in. So you can see here we're in the LS Customs car meet, and that is a great spot to spawn in if you have access to it. It's because there's no weapons, there's no griefing at all. This is a genuine safe space within the game. If you have a CEO's office or you have a garage or an arcade or something to that effect, then you can spawn in there. Anything that you own, including an apartment, is a safe place to spawn in. Otherwise, spawn in near the casino and then head inside. It's really important to have somewhere that you can spawn in that is griefer free. To set your spawn in point, the first thing you'll need to do is go to your interaction menu, scroll down to the spawn point just under voice chat, and then set it there. So as long as it's not last location or random, you're pretty safe. So I've got a garage, I've got a few other places, and really don't like it when it does that. Yeah, so I've got a garage, a CEO's office, a few other places, and there's a couple of places we can spawn in that are safe. But if you don't have any of those properties, then either the LS Customs car meet is great, or if you can, the Diamond Casino, if you have something around there. But yeah, Kasatka Vehicle Warehouse, anywhere that's safe, you just need to spawn in there. Very important. And what we're going to do very, very quickly is go and check on the other character to see what they have available too. So if we go online, down to swap a character, all right, and we can see there we've got Jeff on the right, and we're going to use Mr. Clean on the left, Mr. Sharp I should say. So he's fairly low level, and we can see here with Mr. Sharp he has access to that same money, which of course we don't want. Now, while he's got none of his own cash in hand, you can clearly see here he's got access to that 3.5 million. So while we can't actually separate it, what we can do is a bit of a workaround. So we'll start off by heading back to our main character. So to do that, open up the pause menu, head to online, and then down to swap character. It'll prompt you to quit the session. That's okay. Hit OK. We'll get to the character swap screen, and you'll see Jeff on the right hand side, who is the high level one, and we've got Mr. Sharp on the left, who was my main character until I made Jeff over here and he became my main. So select the one that you want to keep all of the money. We'll get a quick gesture here, and then with any luck it'll join if the Rockstar servers aren't on fire. So you can see here we've spawned back in at the Los Santos car meet, and again we've picked this because it is weapons free. There is no way for you to get mugged or attacked in this space. It's a literal just safe space within the community, and I'm so grateful that Rockstar has thought to do this because it was desperately needed. And that is a nice looking truck. So to siphon off the money, what we're going to need to do is bring it into Jeff's pockets out of Maze Bank. So bring up your phone, go to the internet, and then go to Money and Services. Now, this isn't a quick exercise, but it is very, very handy. So go to Maze Bank all the way down the bottom, main menu, and then withdraw. And what you can do is withdraw in $1 million lots. Click yes, menu, withdraw, million, yes. And keep doing that until the bank account is empty.
A few moments later. One eternity later.
Right, so you can see now we have 3.5 million cash on hand and only $3 in the bank. And that is only what's shared there between the two guys. So we can have a look again just by tapping the D-pad. You can confirm there we've got 3.5 million on hand and 3 in the bank. And now when we swap back again, so same thing, pause to online, swap character, and then OK. Swap over to the other player, or the other character I should say. We'll get a bit of chewed, but that's alright, that is to be expected. And here's our guy, he's just spawned out, no idea why he's in the middle of nowhere, but he is, so that's okay. But if we have a look at the bank balance, we now have $3 available to us. So that means the money that this guy has is just his money. Now, at the end of our session, if you want to keep the money separate, you will need to do the same thing to withdraw Maze Bank money into your current character before swapping out to your other character. But that is how you essentially separate the money. Now, there's no real way to do it properly. It is a bit of a pain in the backside to get this done, but this is about the only workaround I've found in quite a number of hours and doing a fair bit of digging. Now, if you would like to put the money back, if you would like to share the money again, it is essentially the opposite process. So let's swap back to our now very, very rich character. So we go to online, swap character again, get the prompt, swap around to the rich character, and once you spawn back in, we can go back to the internet, money and services, all the way down to Maze Bank, main menu, deposit, and then it will allow you to deposit whatever you have cash in hand, and then confirm. And you can see that's come out of cash in hand there, and that's gone into the bank account. So now both characters have access to that again. So what are your thoughts? Do you have any tips for other viewers, or would you like us to cover something specific? Leave your comment down below. And check out the video on the left for the next tip, or the one on the right for some more old Grumpy Gamer goodness. Stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you in the next video.